it's Jennifer with Playmaker Coaching and Consulting. And today I thought it would be relevant to share what I've learned about business and goals from the Mother's Day gift that my family gave me. I have wanted to have a Apple Watch for several years now, but for various reasons like the cost and being on my Fitbit, decided, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pull the trigger on it. So they finally pulled the trigger on it for me. Sometimes, we need somebody else that gives us that extra nudge and does the things that we won't do for ourselves to help us move forward. Now, there are 4 things that I really, in addition to that, really thought would be relevant to our discussions about how do you grow your business and what this change in this technology has really meant for me and how I'm working through it, because it's still ongoing. It's only been a couple of days. So the first thing is thinking about, do you really want what you want? I think that's one thing that was holding me back from moving forward was the concern of, well, I like my steps and the simplicity of the iFit, and it might be hard. So I wasn't sure, like, do I really want it? But having somebody else that knew and those around me that know how much I value fitness and, being active and having that information and that accessibility and everything, they helped me move forward with that and not get stuck by saying, well, is this really the right thing for me? They helped me to have that clarity, maybe too, that this is the next step. The next thing is, sometimes we have to go through the pain to get to the other side. And let me tell you, I'm dealing with that a little bit. I mean, we've had iPhones, so it's not like Apple is new to me, but moving from the Fitbit, where all I really cared about was every day hitting my 10,000 steps and continuing that I had going, to try to let that go and know that it's going to be a little bit different and it's going to be hard. And there's other metrics that Apple really likes to highlight. Is not easy. And just some of the other things of, trying to find basic information, move things over from one device to another, right? They try to make it as easy as possible, but there's usually this pain that you've got to go through to get to the other side. So the sooner we tend to embrace that, the better. And that's one of the other things I've learned is, the longer you wait, whether it's technology or getting a coach, making a difference in your life, the harder it tends to be. I'm probably dealing with this with healthy eating as well right now. You get further and further off from eating healthy. It's harder to really get back to square one sometimes. So it's been like that with the technology for me of, realizing that it's been so many years now and there's been so many updates that I hadn't really caught up with, that it's probably made it more painful to make that change versus if I would have stayed on top of it. And that's what we talk about with marketing is if we stay on top of it and we make it those bite-sized things that every quarter we can just keep up with, oh, how much easier it feels than when we're trying to feel like we're learning something from scratch and building something from the ground up, on a whole entire system or a whole entire house or foundation, everything. There's a lot more involved with it. So if we can just stay on it and stay relevant and stay consistent, it makes things so much easier for us. The other thing was that you don't have to do it alone. So while I was digging into, the manual and some of the tips and trying to learn like, oh, I should pay attention to this. And, I'm not too old, as my friend Joe said, not too old to learn the technology. And, but you know what? My daughter is more familiar with it even than I was. Go figure. So she came in and she helped me. Some of my friends that have been using Apple Watches and went through this same process have shared a little bit about their experiences as well. So that's helped give me faith that it's like, you know what, this is what I want to do and it will get better and it's worth it by having those other people that we can surround ourselves that have either been through the same thing that we have been through or have some expertise that they can share to help us get to the other side or get there faster and easier, which I think we all are interested in. So that's been really helpful to me. So I shared, if you saw on social, that I was wearing 2 trackers because it was like, oh, am I letting go of the Fitbit? But what I know now is that to get to where I want to go and to keep evolving, sometimes you've got to, just make that transition and let things go. And that's kind of sad. But it's also exciting, right? And it's freeing. Oh my gosh, wearing two on my arms was a little much. So, what is it in your business and your life that's holding you back that it's time to tap into your resources, to tap into your community, and to get the support you need to help you move forward and make things easier for you and help you to stay relevant and achieve the goals that you have in sight for you and your business. So I hope this is relevant to you in some way. And, it's just helped me to kind of take that next step forward in my life and how it relates to my business as well. We'll be back next Tuesday with some additional thoughts around developing playbooks for success in your business to help you achieve the goals that you have. Have a great day.